y'all. I'm pleased to be back for a new round of intriguingly insightful interviews with one of our colorful local characters. Today we have Miss Gertrude, the gardener, job coach, fry cook, thumb puppet master, laundress, and who knows what else. I guess we'll find out. Always a surprise with that gal. She is indeed one of a kind. I think I see her coming now.
I wasn't sure if I should come in or not.
Hello, Miss Gertrude. Yes, I was expecting you.
Then why in blazes did you spin that awful red light in my face?
It's the recording in progress light.
You started without me?
I introduced you. I didn't know if you would be on time or not, so I was prepared to vamp.
Tap dance?
Something like that, more like ad lib.
Well, here I am, and I do not want to talk about tap dancing or vampires. Not today. I have big news.
Really? Take off your coat and tell us about it.
I can't.
Because?
Because of what I have on under my coat or don't have.
Please don't tell me that you're not.
Smelly? Yes, a bit. Hopefully it won't come through my coat. I didn't have time to grab clean clothes.
Your coat's not too clean either.
That's a whole different story, although you have given me an idea. Natural solar dry cleaning.
Let's stick to the topic, shall we? We have limited time. What is our topic today?
I'm glad you asked, but really that is your job. Have you thought about exploring other lines of work?
I know you have. Is that where you've been since we talked last?
Yes, and I made a big decision. Jobs are for the birds, Mabel.
Who is Mabel? That's not my name.
Mabel is what you might call a fictitious alter ego, and it sounds good. By the way, what is your name?
Jane.
Glad to meet you, Jane, if that's really your name.
Can we please get back to your big news?
Sure, Jane. It's my new business startup. I had to make some changes to my original vision, i.e. no ping pong balls. But as of today, I have officially launched my laundry business. Shall I continue?
By all means.
To be honest, I haven't had the best of luck keeping a job lately. Well, ever. Anyway, I decided to take the plunge I've been talking about. Less talk, more action. Entreprendipity.
Is that the name of your business?
No, that's the name of my new ebook. My business is Really Clean Laundry.
So you really did it. Elaborate?
Clean is spelled K-L-E-E-N. Clever, huh? I'm starting small and will gradually build up to getting a secondhand washing machine and dryer, and then eventually a coin-operated laundromat after I start making money.
You still don't have a washing machine yet?
Did you know that our grandmothers didn't need one? I'm looking at a low entry option using just what I have on hand. A couple of old-timey hand washboards, a big old bucket, and an old-fashioned laundry stomper. That last thing is kind of bent up and rusty. I found it at the garbage dump, so I may have to buy a cheap toilet plunger. Not important. What matters is the agitation. What do you think? You look like you just ate a pickle.
Sorry, I don't know what to say.
If hosting a talk show isn't your forte, I could use a business partner.
No, but thank you. What made you decide to actually start this laundry service now?
The best business ideas are ones that solve a real-world problem. Laundry is a universal problem. I need it as much as anyone. Getting really dirty is part and parcel of being a serious gardener, you know. Just a few minutes ago, I spilled a whole bag of steer manure on myself. Fortunately, my shirt and shorts were tie-dyed, so the colors will blend. The smell's kind of off-putting, though, hence the coat.
Hence, why didn't you change?
I didn't want to be late to the show. It's 30 miles to the nearest coin op. I can't keep doing that. My horse gets tired.
You don't ride your horse to the laundromat. You don't even have a horse. Back to your business. Who is going to pay you to wash their clothes manually? And what about drying?
I would pay somebody to wash my clothes any way they offered to, so that's my first answer. As for drying, we've talked previously about clotheslines. They're better than electric or gas dryers any day.
Why?
Remember what I said about agitation? Throwing your clothes and bedding in a dryer puts wear and tear on them. They don't last as long as if you dry them in the sun.
Have you considered rain and snow days?
Of course I have. I think. How do you mean?
How do you plan to dry clothes outside when it's freezing and snowing or raining?
Well, there are indoor drying racks and furniture to hang stuff on, you know. Did you ever watch It Happened One Night with Claudette Colbert and Clark Gable? Classic. But you know what?
What?
I am always on the lookout for humor in daily life. That's kind of my thing. Maybe I should try stand-up comedy. I have a lot of material. You could be my foil. What do you think?
I think you might want to get to the point before our time is up.
Ever seen jeans frozen stiff as a board on a clothesline? Hilarious. Makes me laugh every time. It might be my way of bringing a little levity to the everyday world.
I'd better ask. You are probably using non-toxic laundry supplies, right?
Yeah. Eco-friendly is my thing, always. BTW. That means by the wayside, doesn't it?
Not exactly.
I have read that applying clay is good for removing stains. We've got an abundance of gumbo here, so I plan to experiment. Any other questions?
So many. I thought you were going to have a mobile laundry service where you went to customers' homes and used their equipment.
Still working on that. I ran the idea by a couple of people for market research. Wynona Wymberly's face turned all purple. I'm not sure what to make of that.
Okay, how can customers get a hold of you now if they need laundry done? Where do they find you?
My little pink trailer with the big bubble decals, right on the highway as you come into town from the east. Can't miss it. Next door to old Pleckspeckle and across the alley from Wynona. Their internet connections are hit or miss, so I haven't set up a website yet.
Excuse me, we have a phone call. Local interest. Hello, you're on the air.
This is Wynona Wymberly, and I have a complaint about that guest of yours.
This isn't really that kind of show.
I don't care what kind of show you have, but I think you should know that that harebrained kaflooey is peddling about starting a laundry business that is really a bad idea and probably illegal.
I bet if I could see her now, she'd look like a giant blueberry.
Shh, not you, Mrs. Wimberly. Her. Shh. You were saying?
My whole yard is filled with ping pong balls. They splash mud all over and have terrified my poor cat, Felicity.
That cat is anything but felicitous. A big hairball with teeth. Just throw them back over the fence. The balls, not the cat.
I am not wading through that gumbo to pick them up. My yard looks like a big chocolate tapioca pudding.
Sounds like a job for my snowshoes. Calm down. I will be over right after the show.
We're done now. Out of time. You can go now.
Hey, Wimberly, I have a question.
Yes?
Did any mud splash on your clothes?
As a matter of fact, yes. Everything on my clothesline got splattered. I'm really peeved this time, Gertie.
Perfect.
Huh?
Good thing I have a laundry service. No charge to you for the first load.
I'm not paying you ever for anything. Ever, never, not ever.
Okay, we really are out of time now. Thanks for a stimulating discussion today.
Wait, before I go, I have a recorded testimonial to play. I haven't listened to it yet, but my other neighbor, Mrs. Pleckspeckle, promised to give me an earful. I let her yak in my phone while I was outside beating a rug I found at the dump with one of my snowshoes, which I also found at the dump. I don't need them for job interviews anymore, but looks like they will have a new life after all. You would be so amazed at the treasures I find at the dump. I get so many ideas there. The dump, it's like my muse. In fact,
how long is this testimonial? We have just about 30 seconds left.
Okay, here goes.
What the bleep are your wet clothes doing on my clothesline? They are an unsightly mess. Horrible, horrible. And I might add, nice ladies do not hang their underwear outside. Where were you raised? In a barn? Get those crappy things off my line. Find your own place to dry things. I have some quilts to hang out. My quilts are the pride of our community, and they contribute to the beauty of our roadside. Blah, blah, blah.
Not what I thought the old biddy was going to say.
Wished I'd have said it first.
Okay, that was interesting. Well, folks, if you're up for it, tune in next time to hear more about Miss Gertrude's edifying adventures. Until then, stay clean, I guess. Really, Kleen.
I'm getting a do-over, Pleckspeckle, not funny.
It kind of is.